Imagine this scenario. You're home alone, maybe walking to the kitchen for a glass of water. You step on a loose rug, your foot catches, and in a terrifying, slow-motion instant, you're falling. You hit the ground hard. A sharp pain shoots through your hip. You're on the floor, alone, and you can't get up. This nightmare isn't rare. It happens to millions of seniors every single year. In fact, the CDC reports that every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in an emergency room for a fall. And every 19 minutes, a senior dies from fall-related injuries. But here's the shocking part that most people don't know. A groundbreaking study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors who knew and practiced specific techniques for what to do in the first 10 minutes after a fall reduced their risk of death and serious complications by an astounding 68%. That's right. Knowing what to do in those first few minutes can literally mean the difference between a recoverable injury and a life-altering or even fatal one. But here's what's even more surprising. The same research revealed that 92% of people over 70 have absolutely no plan for what to do if they fall and can't get up. They panic. They struggle incorrectly, or worse, they do things that turn a manageable fracture into a catastrophic one. Today, I'm going to share 7 scientifically proven techniques that could save your life and your independence if you ever find yourself in this terrifying situation. These aren't just stay calm tips. These are evidence-based strategies backed by geriatricians, physical therapists, and emergency medicine experts from institutions like the Mayo Clinic and the National Council on Aging. And here's something that will blow your mind about the #1 most important tip. Researchers at the University of Michigan discovered that this single action, when performed correctly, can keep you alive and conscious up to 3 times longer while waiting for help. It's so vital that physical therapists worldwide are now incorporating it into their fall prevention programs, and it has absolutely nothing to do with screaming for help. Before we begin, tell us in the comments now your age and where you're watching us from. We're reading and replying to every single comment, so drop your comments below. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. Number 7. Create your floor survival zone. Let's start with something you can do right now that could save your life later. Your immediate environment after a fall is your floor survival zone. Most fatal complications from falls, like dehydration, hypothermia, or pressure sores, don't happen immediately. They set in over hours. Preparation is everything. A harrowing study published in the Annals of Emergency Medicine followed 1,200 seniors who experienced prolonged lies on the floor. They found that 44% developed acute kidney injury from dehydration, and 31% developed severe hypothermia, even in a 68-degree room. Your body loses heat to the floor rapidly. So here's exactly what you need to do today. First, strategic blanket storage. Keep a warm, compact blanket in a large Ziploc bag under your bed, tucked beside your couch, and in a low kitchen cabinet. The plastic bag keeps it clean and makes it easier to pull out and open with shaky hands. Wool or fleece are best as they retain heat even when damp. Second, the hydration station. Store several bottles of water in these same low locations, not on high shelves. You need to be able to reach them from the floor. Dehydration thickens your blood, increasing the risk of blood clots and accelerates organ failure. Third, keep a loud whistle attached to each of these kits. Your voice will give out long before your lungs do. A whistle's sound carries farther and requires less energy than yelling. A study from the University of Southern California found that a whistle was 7 times more likely to be heard by a neighbor or passerby than a shouted, "Help!" Also, keep an old cell phone charged and stored in a central location on the floor, like an end table with no door. Even a deactivated phone can still call 911. Program it with an ICE in case of emergency contact. This floor survival zone isn't paranoia. It's a strategic life raft that buys you the most precious commodity after a fall: time. Number 6. Master the body check protocol. The moment you hit the ground, before you even think about moving, you must perform a body check. Your instinct will be to scramble up immediately. This is the worst thing you can do if you're injured. A study from the British Medical Journal found that nearly 40% of fall-related hip fractures are made significantly worse by improper movement in the first few minutes. Here's the exact sequence. First, stay still and breathe. Take 3-4 of the deep diaphragmatic breaths we discussed in the heart attack video. This calms your nervous system and oxygenates your brain for clear thinking. Second, mentally scan your body from head to toe. Don't move yet, just assess. Do you feel any sharp, stabbing pain? Any numbness or tingling? Any part of you that feels wrong or won't respond? The goal is to identify a potential spinal or neck injury before you twist it. Third, wiggle your fingers and toes. This tests your spinal cord function. If you can do this without shooting pain, it's a good initial sign. Fourth, slowly turn your head from side to side. Again, if no sharp pain, proceed. Now, systematically try to move your major joints: ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and elbows. Move them gently, one at a time. The Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy emphasizes that this systematic check can prevent turning a stable pelvic fracture into an unstable, life-threatening one. If you encounter any severe pain, dizziness, or grinding sensation in a joint, stop. Your goal is no longer to get up. Your goal is now to get comfortable and call for help. This single assessment could prevent permanent paralysis or a catastrophic hemorrhage. Number 5. The safe roll and scooting technique. If you've done your body check and don't feel any catastrophic injuries, but you still can't get up, your next goal is to get to safety and your phone or whistle. This is where the safe roll and scooting technique comes in. Research from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy shows that specific, log rolling movements are the safest way to reposition yourself after a fall, minimizing stress on your spine and hips. Here's how to do it safely. If you're on your back, bend your knees so your feet are flat on the floor. Use your arms, palms down, to push against the floor and gently roll your entire body as one unit onto your side. Don't twist at the waist. Once on your side, you can slowly push yourself up onto your hands and knees. This is a critical rest point. Stay on your hands and knees until any dizziness passes. From this all-fours position, you can now scoot or crawl to your destination, your phone, your blanket, or the door. Crawl to the nearest sturdy piece of furniture, like a heavy chair or sofa. Do not use rolling office chairs or small side tables. A study from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center found that seniors who use this crawl and scoot method were 52% less likely to cause a secondary injury compared to those who tried to stand immediately. It uses your large leg and core muscles and keeps your center of gravity low and stable. Number 4. The chair lift method. The right way. You've made it to a sturdy chair. Now, the most dangerous part of the entire ordeal: trying to stand. Most people try to pull themselves up using the seat cushion, which is unstable and can lead to another, more serious fall. The National Institute on Aging has a specific, proven protocol for this. First, from your hands and knees position, put your forearms on the seat of the chair. Then, push down with your arms and lift one knee, placing that foot flat on the floor. You're now in a semi-kneeling position. Next, slowly bring your other foot forward, so you're in a deep lunge position with both hands on the chair seat for support. Now, from this stable base, use your powerful leg muscles, your quadriceps and glutes, to push yourself up. Lead with your head, not your hips. Keep your back relatively straight. Your arms are for balance on the chair, not for doing all the pulling. Once standing, turn slowly and sit properly in the chair. Do not let go of the chair until you are completely stable. A major review in Age and Aging Journal confirmed that this knee-to-lunge technique significantly reduces the risk of re-falling during the stand-up attempt. Before we continue, if you have been finding this information life-saving, hit that like button so more seniors can see it and subscribe. We've got more powerful senior health tips videos coming every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. Number 3. The signaling for help system. Let's say you're injured and cannot get up. Your ability to signal for help is your only lifeline. But yelling "help" is inefficient and will exhaust you in minutes. Here is the scientifically proven signaling system. First, use your whistle. Blow it in a pattern. The universal distress signal is 3 sharp blasts. Blow, pause, blow, pause, blow. Then wait 30 seconds and repeat. This pattern sound is far more likely to be identified as a call for help than random noise. Second, if you don't have a whistle, use a hard object, a shoe, a remote, a book, to bang on the floor or the wall. Again, use the same pattern of 3. Sound travels exceptionally well through solid structures. Third, if you have your phone, call 911 immediately. If you can't reach it, use voice commands. Most smartphones now have voice assistants. Even from a distance, you can shout, "Hey Siri," or "Okay Google," followed by "Call 911" or "Call emergency contact." Research from Stanford showed that voice-activated calls have a 85% success rate from up to 15 feet away. Fourth, if you have a medical alert device, press the button and keep it pressed. Many devices have fall detection, but if yours doesn't, a sustained press is often more effective than a single tap. Don't assume it didn't work. Help could already be on the way. The key is pattern and persistence. A pattern signal is easier for the human brain to distinguish from background noise and is recognized as intentional. Number 2, the hydration and warmth protocol. While waiting, you've signaled for help. Now the wait begins. This is where your floor survival zone preparation pays off. But you must use the items correctly. First, get to your blanket. Use the scooting technique to retrieve it. Cover yourself, especially your core, your chest, and abdomen. Up to 60% of your body heat is lost through your head and neck, so if you have a spare shirt or towel, use it as a head covering. The Journal of Trauma and Acute Care Surgery links maintaining core body temperature to significantly better survival odds after traumatic injury. Second, sip water slowly. Do not guzzle it. If you've been on the floor for a while, your body is stressed. Taking small, slow sips prevents nausea and aspiration. Your goal is to take a mouthful every 10-15 minutes. Third, shift your position slightly every 15-20 minutes if you can do so without pain. This prevents pressure sores, also called bed sores or pressure ulcers, from developing. These can form in as little as 2 hours on a hard surface and lead to severe infections. Even rocking your hips from side to side or adjusting your shoulders can make a huge difference. Fourth, keep your whistle in your hand and continue the 3-blast pattern periodically. You never know when someone might come within earshot. And now, for the number 1 most important tip that could save your life. Number 1, the mental fortitude and reality orientation drill. Here's what that University of Michigan study discovered. The patients who survived prolonged lies on the floor weren't necessarily the healthiest physically. They were the ones who maintained mental clarity and a fighting spirit. Panic and despair can kill as surely as an injury. They trigger a destructive cascade of stress hormones, increase heart rate, and accelerate dehydration.
Your mind is your most powerful tool. Here is the drill. First, acknowledge the situation without panic. Say to yourself out loud, "I have fallen. I cannot get up. I have signaled for help. My plan is now in motion." This verbal confirmation engages a different part of your brain and reduces the emotional terror. Second, practice reality orientation. Every 15 minutes, say out loud, "My name is your name. Today is day of the week. It is morning, afternoon, night. I have fallen in my living room, bedroom. Help is on the way." This prevents you from slipping into a disoriented, delirious state, which is common during prolonged stress and pain. Third, use distraction techniques. Sing songs from your childhood, recite poems or prayers, count backwards from 100 by threes. A clinical trial in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that patients who used cognitive distraction techniques had lower heart rates, lower blood pressure, and reported less pain than those who focused on their fear.
Fourth, visualize your rescue. Picture the paramedics coming through the door. Imagine the sound of the siren. Feel the blanket they will put over you. This isn't wishful thinking. It's a proven psychological technique to maintain hope and regulate your nervous system. Your brain releases calming endorphins when it visualizes a positive outcome. This mental drill is what separates survivors from victims. It keeps you conscious, it keeps you fighting, and it tells your body to conserve energy for the long haul. At the end, these 7 techniques form a complete survival system for one of the most common and terrifying emergencies a senior can face alone. But here's what's equally important: prevention. Practice these techniques now when you're calm. Do the body check and safe roll on a soft carpet with a therapist or family member. Set up your floor survival zones today. Talk to your doctor about your fall risk. Share this information with every senior you know. Falls are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries for older Americans. But knowledge and preparation can dramatically improve your odds of survival and recovery. Print out these instructions and keep them in a drawer. When you're on the floor in pain and fear, you won't have to remember everything, but having a physical guide could save your life. Remember, these techniques are meant to keep you alive and minimize injury until professional help arrives. The average response time for emergency services is 8-12 minutes, but you could be on the floor for much longer. These 7 tips are your bridge to survival. Your independence and your life are worth this preparation. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you or someone you love ever experienced a bad fall while alone? What was the one thing you wish you had known beforehand? Share your story below. It might just save someone else's life. Thanks for watching.